Hello subscribers, here's another opinions video. This time it's the new Jurassic World toys by Mattel. And as you all know, Hasbro lost the license. Now Mattel is making Jurassic Park toys from now on. And sorry if I go quick on some of these opinions because my phone can't handle much. And I'll only be showing off the dinosaurs of this line. So here we have all some of the figures here, and they're all to one scale each other finally. And yeah, I've seen the human figures in the Legacy line. They all look fantastic, especially the Extreme Chomping T-Rex. First up, we have the Story Packs, which is the first one. We have Velociraptor Blue and Owen. And at least this Velociraptor actually has some blue on it, unlike the Hasbro Velociraptor Blues. And it's to scale with the Owen figure. And it has a leaping attack. And I think it looks a little better than the Action Attack Blue. So this one's... And yeah, I might get this one. Next up, we have the Gyrosphere and Claire, and the Gyrosphere is actually in scale to human. At least you're actually getting some human figures, unlike some crappy 2.5-inch tall G.I. Joe figures. And this one actually looks like a legit Gyrosphere. Next up, I think it's the last story pack. So it is the I forgot who this guy was named. But then we also have a Stiggy Moloch. The Stiggy Moloch looks pretty cool too. Even though I think I kind of prefer the attack pack version. Next up we have, I think this is supposed to be like a series of 12-inch figures. Here we have, so these aren't in scale obviously, but here's the 12-inch Velociraptor Blue. I'm not sure if I'll get any of these 12-inch figures, but I can say this one looks pretty cool, even though this one doesn't really look intimidating. Next we have the Pachycephalosaurus. The sculpt is cool, but the paint job is what kind of brings it down. It's just bland. Gray stripes, beige color scheme, cool sculpt, but rather unattractive color scheme. Next up we have the orange Velociraptor. And again, the color scheme isn't too appealing, it's just orange and brown, basically just a repaint of the Velociraptor Blue. Next up we have the Indo Raptor and the Dilophosaurus. The Indo Raptor looks pretty cool though, but I kind of prefer the superposable Indo Raptor, because that one probably looks like the best Indo Raptor. Next we have a Dilophosaurus, which looks okay, but not exactly a fan of it. I think the attack pack one looks a little better. Speaking of attack packs, we'll move on to that right now. First we have the Velociraptor Blue. Until I can see the figures in hand, I'm not really sure which is better, the Story Pack Velociraptor Blue figure or this one. But I prefer standard figures with basic articulation, so I might prefer this one over the Story Pack one, because it seems like I won't be a fan of the spring load leaping attack on a Story Pack Velociraptor Blue. So I'll be pleased to get this one. Next up we have just a standard green Velociraptor. This one I might skip out on because I do not like the pose on this one. Like, color scheme rather unattractive. And oversized, well, all of them have oversized feet, but I'm not really a fan of this one at all. I might skip on this one. But I might be tempted to get all of them. Who knows? Next up we have this cool looking Dilophosaurus. And this is actually like a slender built Dilophosaurus, not that god awful one from the Hasbro Jurassic World line, the Growler. Yeah, I know everyone likes that figure, but I really hate that figure, and I think it's pretty overrated. But this one we have here looks so much better color scheme and sculpt. So I'll be pleased to get this one. Next up we have the Gallimimus. And yeah, the Gallimimus looks pretty cool, even though the color scheme isn't too appealing. But it's nice to have another Gallimimus. Next we have the Dimorphodon. No, this one actually looks like a skinny Dimorphodon, rather than that still cool looking but rather chubby Jurassic World Hasbro Growler Dimorphodon. And this one has ball joints too, so it'll probably have a good amount of articulation. Next up we have just a repaint of the blue. This is supposed to be, I think, based on the Lost World Velociraptors. This one looks pretty cool too. I might get it. And next up, probably the attack pack I'm most excited for, which is the Gyrosaurus. Now this is probably based off the Jurassic Park, the game Gyrosaurus, which is my favorite creature from that game. And this is being released as part of Wave 2, so I can't wait to get this one. Next we have the Stiggy Moloch, which is also part of Wave 2. And it looks pretty cool. This is probably the best looking Stiggy Moloch of the whole line. And an awesome color scheme too. Orange and brown and white. Next up we have the Minmi for the Attack Pack line. Now, I think the Minmi is a very interesting species for Mattel to choose for their toy line. So yeah, it's the second Ankylosaur for this toy line. Yeah, I might get this one, even though it looks kind of cartoonish. Along with this Protoceratops, looks kind of cartoonish too, but looks pretty awesome. Interesting for them to add a Protoceratops into their toy line. And the last one is another interesting species for Mattel to add to their toy line, which is the Ceratosaurus. Now this animal isn't made in toy form. I'm not sure if it was ever made in toy form, and I'm like really surprised Mattel made one for the Jurassic World line. Looks a little cartoonish, but I might get it because the obscurity of this dinosaur. So yeah, that's it for part 1 of this. Part 2 we'll be continuing on with the Roarivores and the Action Attack figures. So if you like this video, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and see you in the next video. And tell me what you think of the attack packs, the story sets, and all the other ones shown in this video.